Good day, everybody. Welcome to my course on Career in Piping, a Roadmap. Means before proceeding for a career in piping, the important points that a piping engineer or the candidate who is interested in a career in piping engineering should know. Those points we will be explaining in this course, which will be helping you to get or to take an informed decision that whether to come in piping, and also within piping there will be various other departments. For example, piping design engineers, piping construction engineers, piping project engineers, piping material engineer, piping stress engineers. So we will be discussing the roles and responsibilities, qualifications required for all those or each specific type of piping engineers, so that before joining the piping industry, you can take an informed decision throughout your career. So the course is Career in Piping, a Roadmap, or Why Piping Engineering. The contents of this course that I will be covering in this specific course are introduction, first a briefing about the career's requirements or what are the advancements, what a piping engineer usually do, then what is piping engineering, what we basically mean as piping engineering or what piping professionals are responsible for. Then industries requiring piping professionals. What are the industries where a piping engineer can get a job, and rough remunerations or skills required to enter into a piping engineering. Then different areas of piping engineering works. What are the areas where piping engineers works? Then piping job roles, skills and knowledge required to enter into a specific job role. What are the brief skills and knowledge required? And future of piping. Future of piping means nowadays you might be wondering that there are a lot of talk going on renewable energies, electric vehicles, zero carbon, carbon capture. So all these terms are hot topics of today. So you might be thinking that oil and gas industry is going to diminish slowly, and so as you might be knowing that majority of the piping engineers work in the oil and gas domain. So what will be the future for piping engineers? So if you enter into the piping industry today, whether there will be job security or you will be getting jobs after, let's say, 10 years ahead of today. So those points we will be covering in the future of piping engineering part. Now, who is this course for? So the professionals who will be getting benefited by undertaking this course are fresh mechanical engineers, means just whoever is passing out from their mechanical engineering degree. Then fresh chemical engineers who are just passing the college with a background of mechanical engineering. Then fresh piping engineers. Normally piping engineering as a subject is not taught in that 4-year degree courses. What we do, so many a times different organizations like Suvidha Institute of Technology, IITs, or different online courses are there which is developed based on piping engineering. So if you have taken those type of courses, so you are also eligible to take or to understand that in which domains you can get a job opportunity. Then experienced piping engineers looking for switchover positions. Let's assume you are a construction piping engineer and you want to switch to piping stress engineering position or piping layout or design engineering position, and you want to know that what are the roles, what are the requirements for switching your job positions. So those professionals also can undertake this course to get a brief understanding of each job responsibilities. Next, anyone who is interested to pursue a career in piping. So any professional who wishes to have a career in piping or who have seen the white collar job around your surrounding, you may be finding that one of your seniors is working as a piping engineer. So based on that, you also have some interest and want to know that what are the basic things a piping engineer usually do and what you should need to know. So you also can undertake this course. Anyone looking to explore the opportunities in piping industries. So overall, anyone who is looking to explore the opportunities that exists in piping domain can undertake this course. Now introduction. Piping engineers build and maintain the vast network of pipes beneath our streets that brings oil, gas, water to our homes and transport waste away from them. So you can see here, this is a typical piping system of a plant that is showing. So this type of complex networks are designed, maintained by piping engineers. So all these piping networks may carry some of the fluids. It may be oil, it may be gas, or it may be water. There are many other products and even from your home, sometimes transport waste generated in any plant or somewhere that also can be transported, slurry transportation, and there are many other products that these piping systems can carry. It is one of the famous and popular engineering group in the oil and gas, petrochemical, refinery, chemical, power plant, steel, water, and pharmaceutical sectors. So you can understand the depth of piping engineering. They are required for oil and gas industry. As you know that once through pipelines, the crude oil is transported to tankage areas, storage tanks. It has to be processed for using or making a usable product out of that crude oil. So how to transfer those crude oil to refineries or different specific equipments for further processing is through the pipes. So pipes are the carrier of that fluid and then equipments will be processing those to some improved version or at the end to final usable products, and in every stage there will be requirement of piping. So oil and gas industry, petrochemical industry, refinery, chemical industries, power plants. In power plants also there will be a huge requirement of piping networks. Steel industry, water industry, and in water industry you might have seen at your home also. At home what we use that are not actually piping, we call it a plumbing, that is similar in nature, but piping system usually carries high pressure and high temperature fluids and materials. A vast variety of materials are used in piping industry. Then pharmaceutical sectors where you can get to know or learn about cryogenic pipings also. Food industry, there also you will be getting high purity piping system, cryogenic piping systems. So all those industries require piping engineers to design and maintain their systems. Now, piping engineers are responsible for designing the piping systems that carry, as I told already, that water, it may be steam, gas, oil, two-phase mixtures. Let's assume that water and steam mixture. So this is a two-phase, two separate phases, liquid, gas or solid. Out of these three phases, any two phase can mix and that can be flowing through the pipe, waste or other fluids. They are involved in the design, erection, troubleshooting, and all other aspects of the creation of this piping system. So wherever there is pipe, whether you have to design it, erect it, troubleshoot any problem, you need piping engineers. So wherever in any plant or any use Wherever there is piping, there will be a requirement for piping engineers. So you can understand or think of any plant. If you visit or have seen any plant, you will be seeing there will be a requirement of piping, and in all those industries there will be a requirement of piping engineers for the design, construction, troubleshooting, management, maintenance, or any other jobs. Now let's take an example. First of all, this course can serve as a guide to unlock the opportunities around the world to get you your dream job with a very good salary and high work satisfaction. And here you can see that a typical example is given. So let's assume that this is a tank, tank 1. This is one more tank, tank 2. From these two tanks, you have to take the fluid, mix it in between, and then you have to transfer the fluid to a third tank. This is tank 3. And you see within piping itself, there are so many components. There are pipes, this is a hanger, rigid hanger type of support. Then there is a elbow, this is a piping component. Then there is a valve which controls the flow of fluid. Here also from the nozzle it is coming to a valve which controls the flow of fluid. Then there is a flow meter, this is a pipe support. There is a orifice flange, here there is a pressure gauge, and all those those pipes are connecting to a pipe fitting known as T connection. Then this height is getting reduced, this fitting is known as reducer. Then it is going through a strainer to filter unwanted materials, and then again through elbow. Here there is a support, it may be trunnion or stanchion type of support. Then it is coming to the nozzle of tank 3. In between there are some flanges, there is an expansion joint which absorbs the thermal expansion or contraction to make a system safe from stress analysis consideration. So all these components are part of piping engineering, and these are complex systems that you have to design, construct, commission, and finally when it is in operation you have to maintain. So there is a huge scope of piping engineers. So I hope you got a brief understanding or introduction of piping engineering and where the piping engineers will be required. Now we will be moving on to the actual modules, starting with what is piping engineering. Thank you.